Peace, love, harmony, and light. Man, I tell you, brothers and sisters, like, it's like, when you're on the road, man, it's amazing because when you're just vibing on such a frequency, the ancestors, the universe, the Most High just put things in perspective because, I wrote my book, Newsflash, everyone's a slave on less. And I'm breaking down so much in that book. But I've been talking to you guys lately about, coming back to the land and being able to protect yourselves, protect ourselves. And it's just so much is happening. And people are so blinded by what's taking place. But, I'm going to keep sharing the information with y'all and let you know that every other ethnic group is stepping up to do what they have to do. You know what I mean? And what I'm trying to tell our people is, don't wait until your back is against the wall. You feel me? Don't wait until you're on the ground, okay, or you're in a position where you can't just do anything. Now is the time to be proactive. Now is the time to put things in perspective. Now is the time to take control of our own affairs. Okay? Because believe me, like I told y'all before, Trump said, let me reiterate, quote and unquote. All right? I am going to paraphrase it a little bit, but that's the man, those were his words. Okay? The man said, the country is divided. Okay? The country is divided, and his mission is to unite the country. However, through experience, okay, through history, the only way that Americans unite is when they suffer. The man is telling you that something is coming, and believe me, you will suffer. I did a video on that. Y'all better go check it out. Okay? But the moral of this story is, stop taking things for granted. Look around you. Stop believing everything is okay. Everybody else is planning. Everybody else is strategizing. What are you doing? What are we doing? Okay? Maybe you guys are doing things I don't know. Maybe you're strategizing and I don't know. If you are, great, perfect. I'm so happy. I'm pleased. Okay? But knowing my people, okay, the majority of them, I'm not talking about those who are always looking at the videos and, they getting there. They getting there. All right. I'm talking about those who are totally oblivious as to what's happening. All they know is there's a sports game on TV. All they know is the next reality show is coming on. All they know is Jerry Springer. All they know is Maury. All they know is Power. All they know is Scandal. All they know is, literally turn up, go into parties. That's all they know. All right? They don't know anything else. So these people right there, man, I'm telling you, it's going to be a sad day on this land. You feel me? But anyway, I would like you guys to really prepare yourselves. Prepare yourselves. Remember, things are happening. Things are manifesting. And every other ethnic group is preparing themselves. So once again, I will put that in the link below. All right. I will put that in the link below. And you could go and read the article yourself. All right. Now, it's, I'm reading from a site called www.haaretz.com and /US/news. All right. And it says U-S/Jews. So the link is below. Read the article. Okay. Jonathan Stern, right to offer trainees demonstrate a takeover exercise against a hostile element as they take part in a Sheriff Gideon Firearms Training Academy in, Huntsdale, Pennsylvania. U.S. August 5th, 2018. All right. Now you check the date when that happened, right? That was in August. All right. So let me read the article right there. It says, David Ottner adjusted his yarmulke, cocked his pistol, and took aim, something he wishes a civilian had done to defend Pittsburgh's Tree of Life synagogue 3 days ago when Robert Bowers walked in and shot 11 dead. All right. Now you see, somebody went into a synagogue, right? They shot, and all of a sudden, well, I guess they do, because that happened. They showing this in August. All right. August is where the picture of them actually at the range, so apparently they have been preparing themselves for something, right? They have been preparing themselves for something. But it's interesting that when people go into, so-called black people churches and they shoot them up, what do so-called black people say? Oh, well, you know what? Jesus is going to fix it. It's in God's hands. Well, it was God's will. You trying to tell me it was God's will for a man to come into a church and shoot so-called black people? Is that the kind of God that you serve? Is that the kind of Jesus that you serve, when I could promise you that's not the kind of man Jesus was, even if he wasn't real? But based on the story that they told about him, the man was a radical. Okay? The man was a radical. The man was a gangster. And if you go to, all that's going to be in the link as well. Because for all you so-called Christians who think, you know what, your pastor got you as a sheep, just sitting in a church, filling your head with lies, brainwashing you, you feel me? And then you are there sitting, you are actually a sitting duck waiting to be slaughtered. Because the colonizers, the invaders, they use the churches, okay, to enslave people. All right? They use the churches as bait to enslave people. But anyway, let us go to Luke 22:36. And I'm quoting from y'all own Bible, y'all own New Testament. All right? If y'all think Jesus meant turn the other cheek, nah, he didn't mean turn the other cheek, because if he did, then he's contradicting himself, because he was turning over tables. You feel me? When Jesus' life he felt his life was threatened. Okay? Judas was going to deceive him. They was about to crucify him. He knew all that was coming. And what did Jesus say? Let us read that. Luke 22:36. Jesus said, now, however, he told them, the one with a purse should take it, and likewise a bag. And the one without a sword should sell his cloak and buy one. So Jesus is telling you, man, listen, you got your bag, you got the purse, and all those without a sword, go get a sword. Because Jesus knew they was coming for him. So he was telling his disciples, yo, we got to go to war. Now, your pastor may try to tell you a different interpretation of it, but I'm just telling you the real. All right? Jesus wasn't a punk. And I'm talking about in the story, just like Harry Potter. The Harry Potters is not real stories. Okay? So don't misconstrue what I'm saying by thinking Jesus was a real man. Jesus was actually created by Rome, by Josephus, okay? And he became a celebrity from Constantine in 325 AD, but the man wasn't real. The story is allegorical, all right? But anyway, even if it was allegorical, the man was a gangster. The man was a rebel, all right? He went up against governments. He went up against churches. Jesus didn't believe in churches, okay? The man went into the land walking around in sandals, preaching. Why do these pastors have you in boxes taking all your money? I can't figure that out. But anyway, that's besides the point. The point I'm trying to make is go read Luke 22:36 and hear what your pastor got to say. I'm certainly sure he has some type of logical, explanation or what they taught him to say. You feel me? Because he was there when Jesus said it. He knew exactly what Jesus meant in Jesus's mind when Jesus was saying that. Because that's what they want you to think. Oh, well, that's not what Jesus meant. Well, people are taking it out of context. Let me tell you what Jesus mean. Really? Were you there? But anyway, Jesus said, now, and that's Luke 22:36. Now, however, he told them, the one with the purse should take it, and likewise a bag, and the one without a sword should sell his cloak and buy one. The man is telling you, sell your cloak to buy a sword, because when you feel threatened, okay, when you feel your life is in danger, you got to defend yourself, okay? You got to defend yourself. You feel me? All right. So let us continue and read that article with the Jews. Let me see where it's at. Give me a second here. All right, boom. Now the title of this, no, check this out, right? The title of this this article here, a lot of times, when you go to these articles, they have all these ads, man, slowing your computer down, man. It says, when this happens, you get a wake-up call. Man, everybody's getting a wake-up call except for black people and African Americans and niggas, right? It says, here we go. It says, when this happens, you get a wake-up call. U.S. Jews turn to firearms training after Pittsburgh shooting. Hundreds of interesting students contacted one tactical defense instructor in the last 72 hours. All but 4 were Jewish. Okay? All right. And I'm talking about students. Alrighty. And that was October 31st. All right. October 31st, 2018. But yet still the picture that they are training in, that picture was taken in October, not in October, in August 5th of 2018. So that means they were already training. Okay. They were already training. Did they know something was going to happen? I don't know. I'm not speculating. I'm not assuming. You read it yourself and you put 2 and 2 together. But like I told y'all before, my eyes are open wide. Okay? I ain't sleep. I don't sleep. I rest. I take naps. Okay? Now it says, once again, when this happens, you get a wake-up call, said Utner, a 28-year-old owner of an optician shop in Muncie, New York. Utner was one of the 9 Jewish men who attended a one-day course on Tuesday at the privately owned Sheriv Gideon Israeli Technical Defense Academy near Scranton, Pennsylvania, a class that was scheduled on Sunday in response to the Pittsburgh synagogue attack. All right. So they're showing pictures of them, 9mm, Glocks, all type of stuff, right? It says participants show their personal weapons. You hear that? Their personal weapons. So they went to an academy and they are not using the weapons of the academy. They're using their personal weapons, meaning that it is their property. They had it prior going to the training camp. All right. They take part in the Sheriff Gideon Firearms Training Academy in Holmesdale, Pennsylvania. And that was on August 5th, once again. He was there to learn how to use a gun to protect himself and his community, prevent a repeat of Saturday's massacre, the deadliest targeting Jewish people in the U.S. history. Okay? Now, I'm not even going to go there with that. But however, what's interesting to me is this. He was there to learn how to use a gun to protect himself. So, how is that? Immigrants come to our land. They could protect themselves with guns and firearms, but the original people can't. Oh, okay. All right then. And his community and prevent repeat of Saturday's massacre. How many times they come into our neighborhood and shoot our children? Who's defending us? Huh? You know why the Jews could afford to do that? Because they have a nationality. All right? They are not, their status is not dead in law. You dig? Well, of course, you know, they own all the banks. You know what I'm saying? They own the football league. They own the basketball league, the hockey league, their banks, the police. You know, I'm just saying. Well, you know what? They do have some perks, right? But the point is, they are immigrants. And they come into our home. And they're able to go to a range. All right? They're able to go to the range and train with their own weapons. You feel me? But yet still, you can't do, it's against the law for you to have yours? Really? Why can't we protect our communities? But they can? You know why you can't? It's because you don't exist. You are black, you are African American, you are a nigga. Okay? All right. It says, the fact is, we are at war, said Yonatan Stern, a veteran officer of the Israel Defense Forces and director of the academy, told his class. We want every Jew in America armed. Oh, really? Oh, we are at war. So they know they are at war, but these so-called black people and African Americans and niggers don't know they're at war. You know what? Let me rephrase that. Chief, take your time. Yes, they know they're at war, but they are at war with each other. They are at war with each other, while every other ethnic group is coming together, uniting to defend their own. Our people on YouTube fighting each other. Huh? This one is talking about this one. This one is calling out this one. You know, but you know what? Maybe Chief is just talking. Maybe, you know, sometimes I'm just over exaggerating. I don't know. Maybe I'm just reading too much into these things. You feel me? But I'm going to repeat that again. The fact is, he didn't say it's an opinion or I think. He said the fact is, we are at war, said Yonatan Stern, a veteran officer of the Israel Defense Forces and director of the academy, told his class. We want every Jew in America to be armed. Every Jew in America to be armed. Right? So my question is, why aren't all people coming together so that we could protect ourselves, so we could be armed? Huh? Why aren't you correcting your status so that when you arm yourself, you won't get into any type of situation because you are not their citizen? All right? As indigenous people, we have a right to protect ourselves. As a man or a woman, you have a right to protect yourself. Why aren't our brothers and sisters who are actually in the army, the navy, whatever, why don't they teach our women and children how to defend themselves instead of going to fight for a country that's destroying us? But you know what? I'll do another video on that. In the 6 years since Stern started the academy, demand for firearms training had never been higher than after Saturday's attack. Hundreds of interested students contacted Stern in the last 72 hours. All but 3 or 4 were Jewish. All right? In other words, them Jews, they getting together. Okay? Trainees, they have a picture now. But of course, that link is below so you could visualize everything that I'm saying. Trainees practice an Israeli shooting method as they take part in the Sheriv Gideon Firearms Training Academy in Pennsylvania. Alrighty then. The spike in demand follows President Donald Trump's statement that the shooting might have been prevented if the synagogue had employed an armed guard. But when the so-called black people church got shot, I never heard no president say if they had any arms guard to defend them. What they say? Oh, well, you know, Jesus will work it out. You know, Jesus will work it out. But yet still Jesus said, you know what I'm saying? In Luke 23, what was that again now? 22:33, I think? No, 22:36. Jesus said, listen, man, they coming to get my ass. All right? Y'all ain't got no swords, man. Listen, you better sell your cloak. All right? Sell your cloak and go get some swords because it's on. Okay? But these Negroes here today, they want to go on their knees and pray after they get shot. But the Jews ain't doing it though. All right then. If y'all think it's a game. But many Jews have resisted the idea that having guns in the synagogue is the best way to prevent such attacks. Well, you have a few that opposed it, right? Rabbi Moti Reber, executive director of the Kansas Interfaith Action and Advocacy organization, said on Tuesday night that he did not believe Trump's call for more armed guards could prevent attacks on the places of worship. What kind of country we are going to be if every house of worship has to have an armed guard? Rabbi said. I think having less access to the kind of weaponry is necessary to be much more effective in the long run than having a single armed guard. All right. Now it says, while Trump is president, violence against Jews will keep rising. We must prepare accordingly. Oh, well, guess what? Since y'all came into our land, violence have always risen. But do our people protect themselves? No. They go down on their knees and pray. Okay? But people who pray get preyed upon. You dig. All right? It says, according to Stern, an armed guard at a synagogue is a useful deterrent, but not a replacement for armed civilians, since a shooter could kill the armed guard before entering and killing congregants. All right? To wait for the law enforcement to arrive simply is not the answer, Stern said. You hear that? We ain't waiting for the police. No, they're not doing that. Some of the students attending the course were caught carrying National Rifle Association members. Okay, so a lot of them already have licenses, right? They have cards for carrying National Rifle Association. They are members. Where's the indigenous Rifle Association? Huh? Because you see, once again, I'm telling y'all to think outside the box. Because they cannot prevent us from doing what we have to do in our own land. Once again, they have an obligation to deal with us from a government to government basis. You feel me? I mean, I could see this so clear as day, man, and I'm trying to open up y'all eyes so y'all could see the vision. You feel me? Some had never fired a gun before. 2 worked in schools and wanted to defend Jewish children. You see that? They had never fired a gun before. 2 of them. They work in Jewish schools, right? But they want to protect Jewish children. Why aren't our men and women stepping up to protect our children? Many of them intended to bring guns to their synagogues on the next Sabbath for protection. Wouldn't that be a sight to see? I would love to be a roach on the wall or a fly on the wall and take pictures. Everybody has to find a way to react. This is my way, said Zev Gutnam, who said he was scared of guns until Saturday's shooting and convinced him he had to be armed. Well, guess what? We've been dealing with that all our lives. They coming into our neighborhoods and shooting our children and killing our children. You feel me? Now, he said that everybody has to find a way to react. And this is his. But when our people react, they go down on their knees and pray. And they forgive the people who shoot our children. But of course, Jews are the so-called chosen people of God, right? But yet still, they think that they have a right to defend themselves with guns. Alrighty then. Okay. Maybe I'm just overreacting. Tuesday's course, held in a log cabin on an outdoor shooting range in rural Huntsdale, about 300 miles northwest of Pittsburgh, consisted of active shooter response drills using handguns and rifles. Students practice drawing concealed weapons, loading and firing AR-15 rifles at bullseye targets. Wow, that's some heavy ammunition, right? Stern said that it touches my heart to see his students is training, because he knows they will return to their synagogues as first line of defense. Let me ask you a question. Where's your first line of defense? Huh? Why aren't our children being taught to defend themselves? Take our children out of these people's schools, okay, and start training them for combat. Okay? That's what y'all need to do. But once again, maybe I'm overreacting. Like I said, those who have eyes, let them see. And those who have ears, let them hear. Because it's about to hit the fan. But anyway, that link is going to be below. So go ahead and read the article yourself. You feel me? Go ahead and read the article yourself. All I'm just here is just to bring you the information. Open up your eyes. Open up your mind. Let you step out of the dark and step into the light. Okay? Step out of the dark and step into the light. Give up the distractions. Get your affairs in order. It is time to lace up your boots. Strap up your boots. And it's time to practice. Okay? Come together. Brothers and sisters, once again, I am only the messenger. Peace, love, harmony, and light.